227 professional appearances all time, but a very strong midfield. Memo Rodriguez played well on the weekend. Jake Davis paired next to Radia and Willie Agata. 16 goals in 16 starts all time at Children's Mercy Park. Peter Luxon, FC Dallas, the visitors, they've struggled. 5 up, 5 down against Sporting Kansas City on the road in this building. They're trying to get over that hump. Their 6 changes sees some interesting ones. Their speed on the outside. Marco Fonfon coming over to the left shoulder. Tafari, that's going to help out Kamungo as he tries to get up and down. There's quality within this midfield. There's certainly goals up top. The biggest question for them is going to be how consistent can they be? Sometimes less is more, Tyler. You don't necessarily need to over-rotate. Make the simple things look easy, then go attack the game.
And you notice the absences of Patrickson Delgado as well as Jesus Ferreira, who have both picked up injuries over the past couple of weeks. There you see Paul Oriola, one of the more experienced players in the starting 11 and on the roster for Peter Luxon. Meanwhile, the German Eric Tommy looking to make some Open Cup magic as Tim Ford, our head referee for tonight's affair, gets us underway from Children's Mercy Park. We invite you to turn off the world and turn on the game. We are playing for a spot in the semifinals. It's always the second one that's going to get called in retaliation. Musa splitting a couple defenders. Now going for goal, and it forces Melia into his first save of the night. Shelton almost got caught trying to play out. Headed forward by Johnny Russell, and that's going to fall to Eric Tommy, who dumps it into space for Daniel Shallowy. Tommy making the overlapping run. That's where Shallowy will go. Tommy stands it up, looking for Willie Agata, and he can't find the frame. But that's the first time tonight that we've really seen any sort of life from the Sporting Kansas City attack.
That's well handled on the other end by Tim Mielit. Again, trying to adjust to what Musa is going to give you. Very difficult, but well done with the numbers coming forward here. Eric Tommy, all he's trying to do is just allow them to retain possession here. Great recognition, back on the overlap, and then just watch Willie Agata. He's got to adjust this run just a half touch sooner. He's already occupied in a 2v1. Ibiaga had dropped back. Farfan had him covered. If he starts to sit this run a little bit deeper, he can attack it better. If not, challenge the near post and allow Johnny Russell to come over that back shoulder, and he's got a free look at net.
Ended up working out nicely for Tim Leibold, despite the fact that he probably could have just seen that out of play. And Robert Boliter finally heeding his coach's words, and it goes all the way back to Martin Paz. Yaramendi. And Sabalang. Jet initially bumped off the ball. Radia got a touch to it. Willie Agata might be in here. It's Willie Agata, and Martin Paz able to make the save. And Agata was bothered just enough by the FC Dallas back line to allow Martin Paz to be able to make the save. As Melia needs to play this with his head, was a little bit too far away from home. And it falls for Logan Farrington. Going for goal, and easy enough for Melia to scoop up. And for anybody who doesn't know, Greg Berhalter officially announced dismissed from the United States men's national team as the head coach. But to your point, Devin, I do think that it did look a little stiff at times. And the word boring was even thrown out by some people, especially towards the end of his tenure.
You said rigid, predictable, all things that are synonymous with kind of the same ideas where you're given.
Yaramendi, excellent ball in for Musa. Stumbled for a moment, and Melia got a touch to it. And that's going to be a corner for Dallas, and that's what Petar Musa is capable of. Quick trigger, and a real good sense of where the goal is.
That's the second time we've seen Yaramendi from a deeper position, if you will, about 35, 40 yards out, thread the needle. Magnificent ball. Have to be careful on the back line there. Rosero gets a little bit nonchalant in his actions, doesn't recognize the space that's around him. Volader doesn't rotate back over. That's where you want to see Logan Farrington with a better understanding of what Musa's capable of to try and put a little bit of pressure Amelia in goal.
Outswinger from Leggett. And that's cleared off the line. It was Tim Leibold who was on the far stick and able to make the save for Sporting Kansas City. Now here come the home side in the other direction. Tommy a little bit too much on it for Willie Agata. They'll have to take the scenic route. Picked up by Farfan. And that's well defended by Marco Farfan and Paul Arriola as Russell just bullied off the ball by Yardemendi. And then somehow that falls kindly for Ensa Balang. And he switches the point of attack beautifully. A 2-on-2 if Dallas hurry. Farrington cuts it back. Logan Farrington, Amelia getting down at the near post to make the save. Good stuff on both ends. And that's going to do it for the first half in this quarterfinal. The winner again will play host to Indy 11, but right now nothing separating these two sides. We saw each other 3 nights ago in Kansas City during the summer. There's no doubt about that. That's what Devin looks like at halftime whenever somebody brings him a cup of coffee. Tyler Terrence alongside Devin Kerr. Glad to have you with us here on Apple TV. And away we go in this second half. A spot in the semifinals on the line of the 109th edition. Far right beat to the punch by Danny Rosero. Kamungo. Easy enough for Amelia. Potential playoff spot, a lot of work to do. But again, feel like they can roll the dice here in the U.S. Open Cup with the possibility of a trophy looming. It's this angle towards the back post, and Marco Farfan needed to be sharp there. Credit to these fans who have endured a lengthy weather delay, albeit on a school night, if you will. Swinger from Russell. Nodded back into a dangerous area, but too close to Martin Pass, and he's able to cover it up. Picked off by Russell, fizzed in towards Shallowing. He caught a late challenge from Paul Arriola. They'll play on. There were 2 fouls on the play. Let's see which one Tim Ford is going to award. And it's not a penalty, it's just going to be a free kick. And now Peter Vermees is saying, and potentially rightfully so, that it should be a card. Dare I say I agree with you.
It's the first time for everything.
Here's Johnny Russell. Excellent move on Farfan. Russell cuts it back for Agata. And he did well to get something on it, but good positioning from Martin Pass in the end.
Johnny Russell, the way that he shifts the hips and the one-on-one down in the corner here. I talked about the speed of Marco Farfan, but watch the little shimmy to the inside and gets him to bite on it. Class by Johnny Russell, but how well read by Martin Pass. Had already laid camp on the near post for the save. That's the first time we've really seen Johnny Russell in full force and tormenting defenders in the way that we've seen him do for Sporting Kansas City and in Major League Soccer for the past 7 seasons. Here's Petar Musa, dropping extremely deep to receive. Helping the build-up for FC Dallas. That's a ball.
Great ball for Kamungo. It's Bernard Kamungo, and he just yanks it wide. It looked like Tim Melia was beat. The angle was tight all the way through. And Bernard Kamungo. Along for Johnny Russell. Kyrie Shelton in support. Excellent ball in for Davis, takes it beautifully, cuts it back for Willie Agata. He's been feeling it as of late, and Sporting Kansas City have 1 foot in the semifinal.
Gotta love where this starts. 150th appearance in all competitions for Sporting Kansas City, but only the 3rd time at the outside back spot for Kyrie Shelton, who exhibits such quality patience on the ball. An attacker wants to push himself down into the channel, but recognizes that they have the support up through the midfield. With Johnny Russell holding serve on the outside, an overlapping run is only going to compress his. Ejection of substitutes into this game for good song. I imagine the shape's just going to change just slightly.
Russell thought about hitting it.
Tackle.
Gets stood up by Yaramendi. Now here's Endely. Ansa. Leggett on the turn. Yaramendi disguises it well. It's Musa! And it's 1-1. The Moose is loose yet again. And he has leveled this quarterfinal with just 4 minutes to play.
Tiny bit of shape change here for Dallas that's allowed them to.
Willie Agata is going to be able to get there. Tafari defending. Agata trying to pick out Tommy, and he caught that cleanly. Always difficult to get his body over it. Jake Davis. Jet somehow kept that in play. And finding Petar Musa. He's got 7 goals in the last 6 games for Dallas. Kamungo! Inches away from a game winner. And he's found some joy down that left-hand side, just can't convert. Back for Davis. Yaramendi comes sweeping over. And that's going to do it for the 90 minutes. We're headed to extra time in the Heartland. And away we go in the first half of extra time. Johnny Russell. Now Polito. Out wide for Tommy. Looking for the curler, and it's going to take something truly special to beat Martin Pass from that distance.
Firmly cemented himself into the team sheet for Sporting. Goals, assists, a little bit of everything, and after 15 minutes, a record-tying 5th Open Cup title. Not much more you could ask for either manager.
And away we go in this second half of extra time. Again, Tyler Terrence along with Devin Kerr. We appreciate you sticking with us here on Apple TV. U.S. Open Cup After Dark, 1:18 Eastern Time. Petar Musa, Ansa, and it's off the post. Follow up from Leggett and saved by Melia. Kamungo trying to deliver another ball in. So we have our first woodwork sighting in the 106th minute. Melia will line this up, and that was the dreaded cross that turned into a shot, which turned into a golden opportunity for Sebastian Lletget. Memo Rodriguez into space. Eric Tommy will track it down. Agata in the middle. And not the best of balls from the German. Tommy. And a deflection allows it to trickle comfortably into the hands of Martin Paz. Endley has it taken off of his foot. Leibold, Russell, heavy first touch. Trying to slip it through. Everybody knew that he wanted it on his left peg. Gets it back from Jake Davis. Now Polito. Trying to touch it along for Davis. Kamungo got a touch to it, and a corner for Sporting. Swinger from Russell, free header, Danny Rosero. Is that the game winner? Does that send them to the semifinal? Sporting certainly feel like it.
Peter Verbees drilled quite heavily by the local media about their concessions in the past couple of matches from dead ball situations. Plain and simple. It's something we've addressed. Nobody likes giving up goals, but the creation on the other end shouldn't be questioned whatsoever.
Ibiaga, that's not a bad ball. Shelton lets it bounce. Smart play to avoid conceding the corner, but it stays with Dallas. And Junker wants to line up for a long throw-in. Musa trying to flick it along, pops back out for Junker. Finds Iatamendi, just helping it along, bouncing it around, and it's Lletget, saved by Melia, and the follow-up is blocked. Heroic defending. Tim Leibold got in the way. Now here's Endley. Pass back into a dangerous spot. Castellanos up for the header. And cushioned down by Polito. And further along by Voltaire. And the offside flag is up. But what a save from Tim Melia.
Well, back-to-back for Tim Melia, who, although he hasn't had a ton to do tonight, point-blank range on this one. What a save. Secondary one on the back post. And what should be the icing on the cake for Sporting Kansas City has been a magnificent performance after the 60th minute.
Well, not many who have stayed up, whether it be at Children's Mercy Park or watching at home, are going to sleep well tonight. But Sebastian Lletget, in particular, has had two glorious chances tonight, both denied by Tim Melia, and they will haunt him. It has been 4.5 hours since we kicked this quarterfinal off. Plenty of contact. Polito gets on the end of it. Brought down, fouled, and that should probably do it. Full time. Sporting Kansas City's quest for a fifth will continue. Danny Rosero with the game winner in the second half of extra time.